hosting our summer co-hosting program with Trisha Arora and her guest Jasmine Sethi. And आज ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ balancing the cultures. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਜੰਮੇ ਪਲੇ ਨੇ and how are they being American enough and Indian enough to make everyone happy at home and in schools. So Jasmine, break ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ. Tell me, like you said, you weren't American enough for your Indian friends.
Right.
You weren't Indian enough for your Indian friends
Right.
and American enough for your American friends. So when you were going through this, did you think, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣੇ Indian friends ਨੂੰ Americans ਦੇ ਨਾਲ mix ਕਰਾਵਾਂ ਜਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ American friends ਨੂੰ especially Indian culture now mix karawa? How did that go? Did you ever do that?
Definitely. I have tried many times to introduce my Indian culture to my American friends. Like I'll invite them over, I'll put in a Bollywood movie, and a lot of times they typically like it. And or I'll have them try something my mom made in the kitchen. I'll be like, oh, try some gulab jamun or try some rajma chawal or something like that, and they like it. So I'm not ashamed of my culture. I like to share it with them, but I don't want to throw it on them, like try too hard to show them my Desi culture, because I feel like I have to balance it out, and it's kind of hard. Like my Desi friends, with them, it's easier because they're like me, they're American and they're Indian, so they kind of understand, so it's a lot easier with them. But with the American people, sometimes they're a little ignorant to other cultures, so it's a little too foreign for them sometimes, so I try to ease it on to them.
Okay. Now, when you started introducing them to your culture, how old were you?
How old was I?
Yeah, about.
Probably when I was like 7 or 8, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, because that's when I really got into Bollywood movies. So I would be really excited to show them, and
that's how
when
you
I was like
got
7 or 8.
Okay. Now you're not embarrassed. Like कई लोग होंदे हैं कि वो कहते हैं कि मैं अपने American friends ਨੂੰ ਘਰ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਬੁਲਾਣਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਘਰ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ cooking ਹੈਗੀ smells different. So I don't want to have my friends over. And God forbid अगर मैं आज अपने friends ਨੂੰ बुला रही हूँ घर पे, Mom, don't cook at home because I don't want the smell. But at the same time, अगर तुसी Spanish लोगां दे करते जाओ, Italian लोगां दे करते जाओ,
it smells different.
It smells different, and their foods are very rich also. Even Chinese people, their foods are very rich and it tastes delicious, and we eat it. As a normal person, you would say, you know what? Wow, if it's Chinese food or Thai food or Indian or whatever it is, Mexican, you'll want to try it. But ਅਸੀਂ ਲੋਕ ਜਦੋਂ ਸੋਚਨੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਈ friends ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ, only make pasta, only make hot dogs, only do macaroni cheese. Why do you think that is? ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਿਉਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਔਰ ਜਾਂ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਿਉਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ? Are they embarrassed? ਕਿ what if my friend doesn't like it? Big deal. If they don't like it, throw it out, eat something else. How do you feel?
Exactly. I think that a lot of kids are embarrassed because of the smells. I mean, I had a friend come over once when I was little, and she came in the house and she said, oh, it kind of smells. What is that? It smells like onions. And I don't know, my mom must have been cooking something. And I mean, I had her come over. She wanted to try the food. She didn't like it, so we just gave her a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and some chips and a soda, and she was happy. So that was the end of the story. I mean, after that, I'm not going to lie, the next time I had a friend come over, we did get the air freshener and kind of spray it around the house. But I mean, that's as far as I would go. I'm not ashamed.
You wouldn't change your lifestyle
not at all.
To make somebody else happy?
No.
You know what? I'm asking that question because काफी बच्चे ने who are really embarrassed और उन्हें शर्म आती है. But it's okay for them to listen to, Mexican music or, whatever kind of music. If you listen to, I'll just use an example, Pitbull or Iglesias and all these guys. It's not English. It's a mixture of Spanish and English music or whatever. They'll listen to it and they love it. But God forbid कि तुसी उन्हें कहो कि, you know what, let's listen to a Punjabi music mixed with English. नहीं, मेरे friends की सोचेंगे. And it's really a difference, a barrier that we see a lot of people, they come and talk about this. So I want to know from you guys, how is your perception? Now Trisha, you tell me, how do you feel when you had to introduce your friends over to the culture?
Well, I was kind of nervous at first. But I mean, it's our culture. There's nothing to hide because my culture is what I am. So, obviously if my friends can't like me for me, then they're not my true friends. So, I mean, I did have one of my friends come over in elementary school, and she didn't really know too much about the Indian culture. My mom was probably making sabji or something before I came home. And even though my mom made us pizza, like the next day, my friend comes up to me at school. She's like, Trisha, your house smelled, why was that? And I kind of had to explain to her like the masalas we use and everything. And she thought it was pretty cool, but she didn't seem like she would want to try it.
Okay. But did you feel okay with that?
I was completely fine with it because some people are going to like it, some people won't. It's all right.
It's everyone's opinion and what it is that they like. All right. You know what? Let's take some calls and then I want you go ahead and do, with your questions that you had some for Jasmine. So we'll take